It is not necessary, but try to like or dislike the video. The movie today I am going to explain you is Alexander. Alexander, who has been the best leader till today. He has done many such great things which require appreciation. The movie starts from a scene from the old times, where a king is seen. The role of king's wife has been performed by the actress Angelina Jolie. She begets Alexander. But it is said by the king and other people, that Alexander is not the son of the king because they believe he is the son of Zeus. Zeus, who is considered God. Then all think that Alexander may have the superpowers. The king does not possess it, but Zeus has. There was a constant dispute between the king and the queen due to this. They also did not understand each other. This behavior had badly impacted Alexander. He used to be sad because of this issue. But he was lucky that he has a very loyal friend, who used to spend all his time with him. He used to understand his words. So Alexander was habitual to share his secrets with him. They both spent their time like siblings. And they used to spend all their time together. The generation of that state was growing. Then the king thought, there should be a tutor for them, who may teach them the etiquette while bringing them up. Then they call a teacher named Aristotle there. Aristotle was an idealist teacher. He started to teach all kids of that state. At first sight, those kids grew to be very intelligent and full of ability. It means that they know how to use their talent. They begin to develop good manners and many skills. The love for study had also developed among the children. One day, a man enters that state where the king ruled, who had come for the bargaining of his horses. There are also Alexander and the king. That man is showing the horses to everyone. He has very beautiful horses, but he also has such a horse which is so aggressive. He is not coming under the control of anyone. Then the king moves to that man, who is the owner of this horse. And he says to him, you have committed a mistake while taking it here. It can take the life of anyone here. It should have been tamed. Who will ride on it now? Then the son of the king Alexander appears there. And he says to his father, Father, I will ride on it. He says to him, my son, you are 13 years old till now. This horse which is not being controlled by many skilled riders. And that man also says to the king, this horse is very aggressive. And Alexander cannot handle it. Alexander challenges both of them. Indeed, I am young, but I believe that I will be able to handle it. My teacher has trained me. He rides on the horse and comes back from a large distance. He had harnessed the horse, which was a proud moment for the king and the people of that place. Alexander's father feels excitement as he returns back. Everyone knows that Alexander is very brave even in his young age. When Alexander dismounts the horse, he says to the horse, our friendship is everlasting now. I will carry you with me where I go. And you will have to obey me. Then Alexander is seen with his father at night. The king is informing him, who have been the leaders of the world. It means, he is telling the names of the great leaders, in which Sophocles, Oedipus and many other people are included. Alexander is very inspired. And he says, my father, I will also be strong like these people. Just behold, I will get so famous that my name will also be listed with these people. Then Alexander's father explains to him that, it is not too easy, my son. Always remember this fact, either there is a state or a woman. If you concentrate on ladies, then you can never get the ability to focus on the state. Particularly when that lady is like your mother. It means that the king was turning his son against his mother. As it has been told that there was not any intimacy between both husband and wife. And the king was also thinking to get married for second time. Whereas he is advising his son, don't indulge in the woman. But Alexander is teased by these advices. After some times, it is seen, that Alexander's father has married for second time. His second wife's uncle says ill for Alexander and his mother. And he says, they will surely be indecent, so the king has wedded my niece. Alexander gets aggressive on these words. And he says to that man, how dare you to say ill for my mother? Then that girl's uncle says, the Majesty, control your son. He is misbehaving with me. Then the king says to his son, Alexander, ask forgiveness from him. Alexander defends herself saying, what I have committed, my father. That man has used the wrong words for me and my mother. I will not apologize. Saying it, Alexander begins to move away. Then the king also goes after him and he falls down. Then Alexander says to that woman and that man, are you witnessing the condition of my father? This lady has wedded my father for the sake of money. Because my father has grown old now. Being so aggressive, the king exiles his son Alexander. Alexander is heartbroken. First of all, his father left him and his mother, now he exiled him. Does he not love his son and wife? Now his second wife is everything for him. The news soon travels that the king has been killed. Many men, many words. Some say that his second wife orders to kill him in order to grab his property and money. And some say it has been committed in envy by his first wife. But no one knew who is real killer. Alexander is at the age of 20 years old at this time. The king has no any other child till that time. So Alexander is throned. Now Alexander was also very talented and hard-working. He gradually began to dominate everywhere. He fought many battles which he won. And he dominated that state. His battle was held with the king Pharis, but he fled. Alexander had an army of 40,000 warriors. And he was also the strongest. He could assassinate the king if he wanted. So he begins to search for the king. He had occupied the whole Asia. But he used to say, until I kill the king of this place, how can I be the real king of this place? But the favored fact is this: the citizens of that state did not turn against him which he ever occupied. Because Alexander used to say them before, I will not grab anything of yours. I will just lead here. He used to take care of them, talking with them compassionately. And he said to me, there is no need to alter your traditions, culture, and customs for you. You may survive according to your way of life. I will also take care of your basic needs. So the people became his admirers gradually. But Alexander had also the same thought. He had to kill the king of Pharis because Alexander had understood that Pharis does not deserve it. Such a king who has fled, leaving his state in time of difficulty. It is better for him to be king than such a cowardly king. Then it happened, that king did not return in fear. The natives of that state accepted Alexander as their king. Alexander married an ordinary girl there after a short period of time, who belonged to the same clan. Due to this, the royal people in surroundings and leaders got furious at it. That Alexander is a great person. Why had he married an ordinary girl? According to them, he had perhaps fallen in love with her. When Alexander's mother found out about it, she also got furious. She wished that Alexander may marry a girl of his own state. Now Alexander did not want to return to his state. 7 years had also passed since his father's death. What is the benefit? Alexander says to his companions, we will start such a journey, in which we will continue to dominate the states which will come on the way. And we will occupy it. But when they were going to start this journey, the soup bowl was offered to Alexander to take. As Alexander was going to take it, then he got the knowledge that it is poisonous. And he soon discovered who poisoned it. And it was the astonishing fact that there was no one else to poison him but his own companions. And Alexander sentenced them to death without any deliberation. And it should be the right rule. There should not be any place in the state for the traitors. Alexander still had an army of 1.5 lakh warriors till this time. Alexander departs with them fearlessly. His next aim was to occupy the remaining countries. And these 1.5 lakh people were not there uselessly, but the people belonged to every type, including doctors, kids, slaves, and everyone. As the skilled person must be present in this caravan if a problem is faced by anyone. Now Alexander reaches India while traveling. The war broke out between the Indian king and Alexander. At that time, it was the subcontinent where Alexander war had been held with that king. That part is in Pakistan now. Alexander also received the arrow shot. Then Alexander decided that he had won many places, he had occupied many states. So he will return to his state with his army to Babylon. He sets out his journey for this. But the astonishing fact for him was this: his friend had been poisoned by someone who took it in poisonous drink. And he loses his breaths here. Alexander weeps a lot. He suspects his wife for no cause. He strangles her, going there. She says, don't kill me. Our baby is nearly coming into this world. So Alexander does not kill her and returns back. After 3 months of this incident, Alexander himself died. He weakened. He was also poisoned. Now there were Alexander's special attendants around him. He tells his 3 wishes before dying. Remember it is my advice. First of all, my funeral should be taken away by a doctor if I die, so the people of the world may know that no doctor can save the life of a human if his death has been destined. Secondly, keep all silver, gold, and all my treasure around my grave if I die, so everyone may notice that I could not take a single coin with me, and everything left in this world. Thirdly, set my hands out of my grave if I die, so that people may witness that Alexander had come empty-handed and returned the empty-handed. So it was the story of Alexander the Great, who is not unfamiliar with anyone. Alexander's entire kingdom was ruined after his death. The lustrous people grabbed everything. and Alexander is still in the hearts of peoples. The movie also completes the scene. Thanks for watching.